make an arrest for a felony not committed in his presence. Am I correct in that, guys? HPD. Felony complaint not committing in your presence. Can you make an arrest with a complainant? Misdemeanor violations and lesser things, if it's not in your presence, it's POW, nothing, correct? Well, officer discretion, but with the use of a universal summons. Now this ticket basically is what it is. It's waterproof on one side. You can use it for parking violations, moving violations, violations of the loitering law if it ever gets passed here in Honolulu. I understand HPD doesn't want no part of it, but the cells are overcrowded. But a summons is in lieu of an arrest. Now, I called my old boss, and he says, you know, their serial number, he would not give me a blank. So if HPD could approach NYPD, and they'll avoid it, I'm guessing, but just take a look at what NYPD uses for a ticket. It covers a multitude of sins. It's even for drunken driving. Once they sober up, you can give them a universal summons. It's a fantastic tool, and tools is what makes your job easier, I would think.
Any other things for HPD? Yeah, Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's clear to me that this group has the political will to push a solution forward or push the need for a solution forward, but I don't think it's us against the police here in Waikiki. I think it's lack of enough political will beyond this Waikiki neighborhood. State government, city government have other problems that they're pursuing. We've got a bad economy, there are budget deficits, and I think everybody is really busy right now with other things. We need, I think, to keep bringing this issue up, because once the economy is better and once budgets are balanced, it may become a moot point because people won't come to Waikiki anymore because it's not an attractive place to come. But it's not, the police can't be responsible for everything.
But I mean, and one point on top of that is we talked about this at the Waikiki Residents Association meeting. It's if things like what happened to the gentleman in the Navy shirt, if he comes and complains and nothing is done, people are going to stop complaining, and that's the problem I have with it. It's one thing to have people working on it, but they're not even addressing the problem when it's brought to their attention. And I think that's the concern, is that people are going to just throw their hands up and say, well, you know, nobody's going to do anything about it, so let it just continue. And that's the problem.
Well, I'm not suggesting that people just throw their hands up. I'm suggesting that we do what we can to extend the debate beyond the Waikiki Community Center. That's all.
Gentlemen and ladies, I understand our frustration. I know we brought this up hundreds of times, and I understand the frustration of the police department as well. I would ask everyone who has a computer, if you have a situation like this again, go onto our website, click on HPD, put your concern on that website. You don't have to call 911 unless you see something going on. I guarantee you they will respond within a day or two to your complaint. And we won't come into this meeting and say, guess what's going on? They will know from us. So can I appreciate if, I know you're going to say that you've done that.
I'd like to add one more comment now, and then I will sit down and be quiet. Thursday morning, I went into the District 6 office, and I reported this couple with their pit bull on the beach, sleeping there. And I guess because I raised my voice a little, I was escorted out of the office by the graveyard lieutenant. And I've been down there every morning since then, and the couple is still sleeping there with their pit bull. So I'm sorry, but absolutely nothing's been done, and I did report it this past Thursday morning at approximately 5:33 a.m., and I realize that's after the 5 o'clock camping law goes out of effect, but they're there every night since then. You want to get that close to a sleeping pit bull to see if it's licensed? Be my guest, Ray. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, folks, I'd like to move on to the rest of our meeting if we could. Thank you for all the great comments. And next on our agenda, we have Board of Water Supply. Moani, I see you here tonight. Thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, Moani with the Board of Water Supply. For my announcement tonight, there were 3 main breaks in January in the Waikiki Neighborhood Board District. One was on January 1st on Dewey Lane to a 4-inch main. The second was on January 8th at 2055 Alawai Boulevard on a 12-inch main. And the third was on January 17th at 377 Kaiolu Street on a 6-inch main. For the general water announcement, the Board of Water Supply is pleased to announce that Wayne Hashiro has recently joined the Board of Water Supply as the new manager and chief engineer. As manager, Hashiro will be responsible for the overall strategic direction and management of the BWS with a focus on furthering the department's mission, Water for Life, Kawai Ola, and expanding its efforts to become a truly world-class water utility. Hashiro was previously the city's managing director. For more information on him, please log onto our website at www.boardofwatersupply.com. And I know I've mentioned this before, but as a reminder, we have ongoing workshops that happen at our Halawa Xeriscape Garden that's geared at teaching the community about different ways you can learn how to conserve water outdoor. We have a workshop coming up on February 28th at 10 a.m. to learn how to make organic pesticides so you don't use the chemical pesticides in your yard. And then we have another one on March 21st and also on May 9th at 10 a.m. on how you can learn how to use worms to turn your food waste into organic fertilizer. And you can always log into our website, boardofwatersupply.com. We continually update what lists we have available there, and you can also register for the classes, so I encourage you to do so. At this time, I'll be happy to
Questions,
take
anyone? Jeff? Hey. Hi, Joanne. Congratulations.
I just got a quick question. I don't know if you don't know the answer, oh, that's fine. I was in Guam a couple weeks ago, and apparently they lose a high percentage of their potable water because of broken pipes, broken infrastructure. Certainly they have the typhoons and the earthquakes much more than we do. But I'm curious, do Board of Water Supply, do they have a way to track how much water we're losing in broken pipes, and or is it a problem, and are we planning on fixing it?
Couple parts to that question. One, do we track it? We track some. It's not always. There's a bunch of things to figure out how much water you lose in a particular main. The size of the break, how much pressure is going through that pipe, how long was it left running. There's some times that we're able to collect that data, but when a main break happens, of course, our priority is to get in there, shut off the water as soon as possible, and then get the main break fixed so we can restore it to our customers. So our main priority isn't to collect the data. Occasionally we're able to, occasionally we're not, quite honestly. I will tell you, though, that over the past 5+ years, we've seen the amount of main breaks on Oahu steadily decrease. That's because of a couple of different reasons, but we have a proactive main break replacement program. So as you know, I mean, our infrastructure is aging on this island. Water utilities, sewers, I mean, just everything on this island. As our communities are getting older, so is our infrastructure. And so we're going in there and we're trying to systematically replace our water mains that meet a bunch of different criteria, one being the age, one being how many main breaks have happened in that area, and things of that nature. And so by doing that, that's also helping to decrease the amount of main breaks that happen. So I will say that it is getting better, and I will say that we are ahead of the national average. You know, it's still not perfect. We still, of course, have main breaks, and it's just part of our industry. It's gonna happen, unfortunately, but we are trying as much as possible to stay ahead of the game and continue to improve. I hope that kind of covers it.
Don't waste water. Thank you.
Yeah.
I see no more questions. Thank you for coming tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, as always.
Next on our agenda, we have citizens' announcements. Anything from the audience that is not on our agenda? I don't see anything. Ray, are you a citizens' announcement person?
Yeah, I'm still a citizen. For those of you who didn't know, the Liquor Commission denied the license for that crew that was here in November. relative to the